Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are checking out Etheria Restart. Now, this is a turn-based gacha currently in its beta. I don't know exactly when the global launch will be. I will make a video when I know the release date because this is definitely a game that I will cover. I have been grinding this beta super hard. I'm sort of in the top 10 to 20 in most aspects of it at the moment because I've been, like I said, sweating hard because I really enjoy these style of games. Now, a lot of people will see turn-based game, anime, 3D graphics, and compare it to Star Rail. That is not what I compare it to mainly. I mainly compare this to Summoner's War, Epic 7, and those type of games in that it's more of those core systems where, for instance, what I'm doing here is a boss fight. And you're not going to be able to, in Star Rail, you just slap whatever you want in to go ahead and get gear. This, you have to build proper teams, be properly geared to go ahead and farm gear. So, especially in the early game anyway, once you get later on, it gets a bit easier. But it's one of those games where you're going to have to build teams for each different boss to go ahead and farm the bosses. Then you're also going to have to build teams to do, hard challenge modes that have resets. You've also got arena. You've got real-time arena. So the competitive aspect in this game is pretty big. They actually already had a PvP tournament with some creators. Massive shout out to my man Tomias who got into the top cut. It was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I'm just liking everything that they've thrown into this game. And I am very biased because I played Summoner's War for about 5 to 7 years before I started even making content. So these types of games I have always loved, and I love playing any game like this when it comes out. But this one just has a few really good systems plus an aesthetic that I really enjoy, which makes me think it might be a game that could become like almost a main game for me because I just love these types of systems. But we'll chuck it on 3 times speed. You guys can get a gist for what's happening here. We're just nuking enemies and away we go. But that is a basic look at the combat in the game. Now, it is a turn-based game, so if I put it on manual, I can select what abilities I want to use. Each character is going to have their 3 abilities. She's only got 1 because this is a form change for her. Now, wait, after I use this ability, I will go back to her standard form. When she form changes, all she has is a basic, but it's a big AoE nuke. And as you can see, there she goes back into her normal form. You got all the different stuff. You've got speed that matters. You've got the turn gauge down the bottom. You've got all that stuff. You've got buffs, you've got debuffs, stuns, revives, heals, like anything you can think of from a turn-based game you've got. She has bombs. So I go ahead and use this ability. Hopefully it doesn't kill. It killed. But that applies a bomb. She gets an extra turn. She can explode the bomb. There we go. I cleared the run. I got my gear drop. I can go again. So that is a look at the basic combat. Now I want to jump in and just take a look at characters, upgrade systems, and all that stuff. So the characters all have something very cool, and they all have a sort of stand. And now I'm not talking about this little dragon thing. That is your shell. This is what I would compare to a weapon in other games, if you will. But you don't summon them, you can farm them. So we'll dive into these because they have a whole another subset of things to think about with these guys. But yes, the cool thing about the character designs is they all have like an avatar, a stand, a spirit, whatever you want to call it. So if we go ahead and look at the image, you can see hers is this like green demon chick, and she actually has a form change. So as she loses more HP or gains HP cumulatively, she will turn into this form and she will just shred things. I'll show you guys more of that. But if we take a look at some more characters, you can see she's got the teddy that she plays with. She has a phoenix, so she's got the cool phoenix. Who's one that I absolutely love? I love this character. Gave me Illidan vibes when I saw her. And you can see she's got like these wings, but they're actually wings with a hand. And you can see like, it's just really cool how every character has something in terms of like some sort of stand or spirit or element or something like that. Not every one of them is as cool as the others, but like I said, it's pretty cool. And they do have some pretty good character designs in general. So that is what you're kind of looking at for characters. Now, as for upgrade systems, basically every character has 3 abilities. You have a basic attack with no cooldown. Then you have 2 other abilities. Now, sometimes this ability is a passive. Sometimes it is an active. If they've got a cooldown, they got a cooldown. You got single target AoE, buffs, debuffs, turn gauge manipulation. You've got all that stuff in these ones. And so they've got all those types of abilities. Then you have obviously your general stats. Now, we also have our gearing system, which is our modules. Now, we have pretty standard to what you see in these types of games, but it's a little bit different. We have these 3 on the left-hand side, which is always guaranteed to be main stat attack, main stat HP, and main stat defense. So these ones you're trying to get for your substats. Let's go to someone with some decent gear. These ones you're trying to get for the substats. And then we have these 3 slots, which like this one piece can go in any one of these slots. This one piece can go in any one of these slots. So it's 3 pieces that go in one slot. And these are all your varied main stat. Now you can get every main stat you can think of: crit rate, crit damage, HP bonus. Like they have percentage and flat stat in these as well. They have effect hit rate, effect resistance, all those types of things. There is no speed main stat though in this game. And then we have gear sets. Now the gear sets are quite unique in this one, where you can see that I've got, like, say, the Swift set, where if I get up to 8, I get my 8-piece bonus, which is 20 speed. If I get to 12, I get 35 speed. This one here, the Bramble, if I get to 4 set, I get 10% defense. And then if I get to 8 set, I get a 25% chance to counter attack with the base attack when I am hit. So they have those sets. And so you can see that some pieces of gear will have 3 of it, some will have 2, and in the early game, some will only have 1. But then we also have the shells, which are, like I said, kind of like our weapons, which then also contribute to these sets. So there's a really cool way of getting your gear sets made in this game that I find really unique, and you can actually mix around with like 3 sets if you want, and different sort of stuff like that. There's a lot of sets essentially. Now, with these shells, the shells are cool because they all have a different ability as well. You can see on this one, after the owner takes action, follows up on the main target and deals 140% damage, applying a 2-turn speed up, and the owner Animus, which is the character, increase their strike prep by 35%, which is your turn gauge. So you have different abilities on these ones, but then you also have these passive effects that they unlock, which you can also re-roll. So if I go in power here, you can see I can reconfigure these. It's a bit of a Gambit type system. At the moment, she's a HP damage dealer and she loves HP. I've got speed. And then you get these cool ones like this. At the start of battle, increase her effect resistance and effect accuracy by 40%. This effect decreases by 20% at the end of each turn. So this is a really cool effect that you can get from a character. For instance, with her, she actually has a ability where she has a taunt. And so she wants to taunt at the start, but you don't need too much accuracy. It's like that first taunt in PvP is the main thing you want. So I get that accuracy at the start thanks to my shell. And then also she doesn't want to get CC'd, so she wants to avoid CC at the start of the battle. So I get that as well. So there's some really cool effects that we have tied into it. And that is your base systems. Now we also have our duping, our quote unquote duping system. Well, let's do the actual duping system, which is this one. So the duping system it doesn't change the way the character plays. It is just for stats. So you can see one dupe is going to give me the base stats. Then I've got increased healing received, increased attack, defense, and HP. I get some crit rate, and then increases damage dealt by initial 10% and decreases damage taken by 10%. So the thing I like about these dupes, like obviously if there was no duping system and it was all even, you know, they'd be props, but we have dupes, but they don't change the way the character plays. It is stats. It's not I hate it when a character's playstyle is locked behind dupes or getting or a weapon from the gacha or something like that. So I think the duping system's pretty fine. Then as for the skill ups, if we go back over here, these are where we do our skill ups. These are all farmable materials to upgrade them, except for these things here. These you will get over time. Now, the last thing we have on our character side of things is our stars and level. Now, as you get to max level for this guy, you can see he's 45 because he is 5-star. Then I need to take him to 6-star. In a lot of other games, you've got to level up a bunch of fodder heroes and spend like a day grinding just pointless stages to get experience. This game's done it a bit different. You don't get fodder heroes. Like when you get dupes, you just get a resource. You don't get those fodder heroes. You're not leveling up fodder infinitely. What you actually get is these through events and stuff like that. So if I want to take someone from 5-star to 6-star, I need 5 of these bad boys. I've only done 2 so far. It's about 4 to 5 days into the beta. If I wanted to get a 4-star to 5-star, I would use 4 of these ones, 3 of these ones down for 3-star to 4-star, so on and so forth. So they take the grindiness out of it, but it also does limit you on how many characters you can upgrade based on where you can get them from the events and stuff like that. But that is the system for increasing stars and levels as well. So that is the basic gist of characters. Okay, now let's take a look at the game modes. There is a bunch of stuff. So shell drop, this is those little things that I compare to weapons. This is where you're going to farm them. I've actually got this on farm at the moment. As you can see, I'm going for some here, seeing if if I only had 3 time weave, it would have been great. Unfortunately, not the set I need. Okay, that's all right. So this one here, as you can see, this is going to be more boss fights like we had before. The one thing I don't like is that they do gate like different difficulties behind levels. Unfortunately, that's the thing. I like it when they just say, no, if you're good enough to do it, you can do it. They do have some level gating, but it hasn't been too impactful. Like this next level is just to get higher drop rates on these guys, so I can live with it in general. Then we have this one here. This is our gear farming stages. That's our modules. Then we have experience. This is where you're just going to go ahead and farm experience for your characters. Pretty basic. This is where you're going to get your skill up, the skill upgrade materials that you need for that one. Then we have the trial mode. So this one here, dude, this boss, like, it was pretty easy, and then this boss got hard. I got really close on it. Let's see if anyone's cleared it. Okay, 2 people have cleared it. You can see me down here. I was the 3rd person to clear the last one. But yeah, 2 people have cleared that. I'm going to have to come back and try that boss again. Really, really tricky boss. But this is like a challenge mode, and it's like a good challenge mode. You can see these are the dupes that you, the quote-unquote dupes that you need to go from 5-star to 6-star. And you can see you get one there, you get one there. Like, there's great resources from this, and it is actually a challenge in some stages. Then we have this one. This is another challenge mode. This one does have a reset, a monthly reset. As you can see, resets in 22 days and 18 hours. I have not got around to pushing this one because this one actually has some of the overworld stages, and I just haven't had time to sit down to do the overworld. I've been sort of grinding this game on the side. So I'll show you a little bit of what this is also what the story mode looks like. So we have this sort of mode where you go in and it's like your overworld type thing, where you can run around as your character, so you can get a gist of it. But this is not a main part of the game. Like, the main part of the game is not this. This is just in 2 specific modes, being the story mode, which I've already completed, and this one mode where you've got a little bit of gameplay where you do it like this, where you can go ahead and you can sneak up and you can assassinate, stuff like that, and you pick chests up along the way and you get rewards. But that is a look at the overworld style thing. Like I said, it's not something that I do I'm overly fussed about. I know some people love that type of stuff, but just note, if you're looking for a game that's primarily that is not this game, but it is something that they do have in the game itself. Now, those are those modes. Then you do get events as well. Now, the events are going to be like kind of unique kind of stuff. Sometimes these ones you get like battles someone gave me my wish. Yes. Oh, no, that's me. I need to share it. But yeah, you get these different battles. You get 5 battles every day. You can battle a different character at random. And then it gives you the card of the character. You fill out the cards to get it. You can put wishes in and people can send you the cards. I'm trying to get that final card that I want. But, standard event, this one's more of a board game type thing, but those are your general events. Now, I need to get one more level, and then I will unlock the multi-team adventure, which I'm looking forward to. But those are your main PvE type modes. Now, if we jump back over here, we also have the Union, which is like your guild system. Now, the guild system also has a guild boss over here. You can see where your whole guild attacks and it accumulates the damage that you guys deal. Now, just note, with these guild bosses, they got a ton of health bars. They get a scaling attack buff. And I think I left my battle on auto for about 10 minutes before it actually finished. Let's go ahead and check. Where am I? Everyone's slapping me in this one. Wait, no. Oh no, we're rank 2 at the moment. We're rank 2. Yeah, so this one is one of those ones where you're going to put the boss fight on and it's just going to go infinite amounts of time. But the good thing about the guild shop is also that you can get dupes of characters. It's very slow. And I'm just trying to remember whereabouts it is. Yeah, so here it is. So you can see I'm asking people for assistance. You will get these tokens just through doing general stuff in the game, and then you can gift them daily to your guild members. Now, each day you can get 1 shard of a character. You need 50 shards to make a dupe. So every just over a month and a half, you will get a dupe of a character if you are grinding for them and have an active guild, which isn't too bad. I am stamina capped, which really triggers me because I just leveled up. So you get 100 stamina when you level up. So let's go ahead and just hit this auto farm again. Love the auto farm system. Now, if we jump back over the next, like I said, the main thing in the Union is the guild boss and the shard farming. You get weekly tasks, you get check-ins and stuff like that, but that's it. United Front hasn't unlocked yet, so I can't speak on that. Now, let's go into the arena. Now, like I said, they got 3 different forms of arena. I'm not too sure what the Fearless arena is, but we have the standard arena over here. Let's check our battle report. 2 defense victories and a loss. That's not too bad. What do we get? 7-5 and lost 5. Okay, so standard arena where you set your defense, set your defensive formation, people attack your AI, you attack their AI, and then you just basically rank up as much as you can and get the rewards you want. And this one is essentially this chick here. She is a turn gauge booster. And at the moment, it's pretty much whoever is fastest wins. And that's pretty much the gist of it. Now, that's because we're in the early game meta. Late game meta, it evolves a bit. Even my team has evolved a bit where I use a few more tankier, bruiser type units to try and be that if I don't win the speed contest, I can still maybe survive. But that is a look at that one. And then the other thing that we have is the Summit Arena, which is real-time arena. We'll do a quick match if we can get one. Sometimes this takes too long. I haven't really played, if I go to my battle report, I haven't played too much real-time arena. You can see I've played 22 victories and 7 defeats. It's fun, but real-time arena in the early game of these games, it's just not fun because you don't have enough heroes built. You can't pivot. If they pick up like 2 of my main characters, I'm just boned because it is the system where you pick, and if a character is picked by the opponent, you can't play them. You pick 5 characters. At the end, they ban one of yours. And I think we're just going to leave it because, yeah, it's obviously it's a beta. There's not too many people queuing. So real-time arena, I really do look forward to. I love this type of pick ban system. I'm super looking forward to it. Even though I'm a free-to-play player and I'll get owned by people who spend more, I get it. I really love real-time arena. It's just, for me, it's always about competing and doing the best you can with what you have, as opposed to being rank 1. I never care about being rank 1. I just want to compete as best I can. So there is real-time arena. Trust me, it is fun, but at the moment with the beta, not enough population to get matches quick enough. So that is what we are looking at. Now, apart from that, that is pretty much your main things in the game. Besides that, you get your daily quests. Obviously, you want to do these because it's going to give you experience, help you level up, which is going to unlock more features in the game. And honestly, there's not too much besides that. I think that pretty much covers everything. This hyperlink, I really do like these systems in games where it's like always a little mission that you can chase towards. You can see this mission is reach level 40, so I can't do anything about that one. This one, I've got a fully equipped 3 SSR animas with ultimate modules. Like, that is easy for me to do. I should have done that by now. So I do that, I clear that, I unlock the next stage, and then so on and so forth. These are just always really nice things to look at, to let you know what you should be maybe doing, and just to get general rewards along the way. But besides that, that's pretty much everything in the game. Like I said, I really do enjoy this style of game. I find it quite enjoyable. I love the grind in these ones. I actually like the random substats and stuff and grinding those out, trying to get a piece of gear. And like I said, the summon income's pretty decent. When you're farming like character experience and stuff like that, you can actually get summons as drops as well. Stamina refreshes, I've been max refreshing because it's a beta. It's basically, I think, 60 stamina for your first refill and then 100 each one after that. So you're essentially sacrificing about a third of a 10 pool on the LD banner every day. So 3 days of max refreshes is a lost 10 pool essentially on the LD banner is what we're looking at. Now, me personally in these games, I will probably do it because it's competitive and I always want gear, but that is something that a lot of people will say don't do. But obviously in the beta, I've been doing it because it's the best way to push and get a bit further in the beta. But how long I would refresh will depend on the income in the game and stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically a look at everything inside the game. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I don't think you comparing this to Star Rail is the fair comparison. I think it's more Summoner's War, Epic 7, Raid Shadow Legends and stuff like that, where it is more comparative. But like I said, I've been really enjoying this beta. I haven't made content because I've just been really grinding on the side while I've been doing a bunch of stuff on my other channels. But maybe you'll see a little bit more content, maybe another stream on this game from me before the beta ends. And I will let you guys know when the global launch is coming once they make an announcement. But as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.